But you're missing the point about the fact that he is inducing his voters by going live, addressing the rally with that comment. That's really all it is. Once you do that...
And I'm saying that you are making an unfair allegation against him.
It's not unfair.
It's unfair because...
I'm sorry, did you just read what he said?
You are accusing the governor of criminality.
No, if I may just again, if I may...
You accuse him of criminality, I'm saying it's unfair.
What he did.
You cannot prove it, Oji.
If I may,
I'll get a video.
If I may, differentiate between legitimate electoral expenses from electoral offenses of bribing people.
Okay, if I may, Mr. Komolafe. You don't see what he said as an inducement for people to buy votes?
No.
But if I may just read what he said when he was speaking on Saturday during the party's campaign in Orumba South local government area. He said, when we were campaigning, and I quote, these are not my words, when we were campaigning for the Senate, we knew we were going to win every ward in the South senatorial zone, but we still had some incentives. Any ward that APGA won received 1 million naira, and we won all the wards in Orumba South. We promised each of these wards 1 million, and next week we will redeem it. The ward that comes first will get 5 million, the second 3 million, and the third 2 million. That was the deal. For November 8th, any ward that wins again will receive 1 million naira, while the first 3 performing wards will get 5 million naira, 2 million naira, and 1 million naira respectively. Now, from the perspective of the fact that this is an incumbent governor, so obviously the resources are available, when you tell somebody in Orumba, or let's even say any ward in the south, in this area, in the southeast zone, specifically Anambra State, that you're going to give them 5 million naira, if everybody riles up themselves to go and vote so they can win.
Kachi, thank you for reading that out, because I didn't even hear him speak. So, like we said, the context was misplaced. This is clear vote buying.
This is vote buying.
That's what it is, Mr. Komolafe.
It doesn't get more vote buying than that.
There's nothing more clear than that. I mean, how is this possible that we are allowed
and he says this so freely
this in public as a governor of the state? It's quite an indictment, don't you think, Mr. Komolafe?
Yeah. Can I say something on that? No. I think we are confusing. You see, a clarification is necessary. That is necessary in Nigeria. The way we talk about vote buying, and, our monetization of politics. There is nowhere in the world where you prepare for election and political parties...
Wait, sorry, I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Yeah. I said there's a need for clarification. There's a need for clarification on this matter. The way we present, this idea of vote buying. I see vote is a commodity in the market that politicians buy. That our what we call the monetization of politics. Now, when parties prepare for election, definitely they spend money. There is mobilization. It's legitimate. It is done anywhere. It is done in America. It is done in Britain. You prepare your structures. Those people who are going to mobilize. People. For the election. There is nothing that
you can do it within your committee.
Can I comment?
Yes, please. Yes, go ahead.
He's addressing the ward structure, the ward executive. That is the way it is done anywhere. So if you let me give an example. If you're having an election, you need to send party party agents to every polling booth. Every polling booth. Now to move from wherever you are to the polling booth. So if the party decides to pay for your transport, or even pay for your refreshment and feeding that day, that is nothing corrupt about it. It's nothing. Let me just finish. And I'm saying that is done everywhere. In the last American election, you saw people carrying snacks, refreshments, to people who are waiting to vote. So we should not demonize the process. That is different from saying that a voter, is on the queue. You approach him and then you say you give him money so that you go and vote. That one is an offense. That is why during the election you have ICPC, FCC, people, around, and if anybody commits that kind of criminal act, the law, the law should take its course. But you cannot say that a party that decides to fund its electoral process, the structures, how to mobilize it, and you criminalize it.
Mr. KK,
so we should separate this. That you cannot conduct election without spending money.
All right,
that is
I respectfully,
so and we should separate between legitimate electoral expenses from corruption and putting and we shouldn't demonize politicians on the I mean there are two different things.
There is electoral expenses, no doubt. Respectfully, Mr. KK, I disagree with you on this one. He was not addressing his committee. He was saying it at a rally.
Yes.
This is in front of millions of people because it was not only within that place, it was televised live. So, I mean, how can you, in good conscience, not say that that is inducing your voters to vote for you? That clearly is what he did, Mr. Komolafe.
And if I may just add to what OJ has said, an understanding of how voting works is the voting is done in such a way that wherever you live, there should be at least somewhere close to you within your community or ward, as they call it, that you can, sometimes it's even a walking distance from where you live, where you can easily go to vote. Now, the very act of procuring food, drinks, it's done within the community, within the people voting to encourage themselves and support themselves. The people who are conducting these elections are members of are hired by the electoral team to do their job. That is a job they're performing. But when a governor who is in power at a rally turns his election into a contest, a competition, and he says, I will give the highest voting ward 5 million naira. First of all, weaponizing poverty, because I had just spoken about that. The fact that these wards actually would use this money and they need the money. So that is weaponizing the poverty that exists in your state. Not only are you weaponizing the poverty that exists in your state, you're now turning it into a case of, well, even if I was going to vote for this person, this will bring 5 million to my community. Let me vote for them. This happened in India. It is the exact same thing. It is vote buying.
That's what it is, clearly.
Okay, can I say something now?
Yes.
You ladies are getting it wrong.
How is it?
Yes, no. For instance, okay, let me tie this story then, to another story on the front page. You are talking of a PVC, collection having it. Now, so if a political party says that for its members, at the world level, at the state level, at local government level, as a challenge, to encourage them to mobilize people to go and register to collect their PVC, and then you say that, okay, for maybe for a ward, if you are able to mobilize, as many people as possible, to vote, you will get 1 million naira, you will get 5 million naira. How does that?
PVC is a general use. He's not telling them go and vote. He's telling them vote for me.
I listened to you when you were making your point, Kashi.
Apologies.
Would you please listen to me here? So what I'm saying that, that is funding is structural, to mobilize, So if is there any serious political party that will go into election, without making provision, for its structures, at the state level, at the local government level, at what level, for its members to be able to organize the election. I'm saying that for instance, the agents you pay for the agents, they have to be paid. Their welfare, you have to take care of it. Logistics, you have to take care of it. All this costs money, and when money is spent on that, I'm saying that it is legitimate money. We should not demonize politicians, and we should not denigrate the process until it is done everywhere.
Can we wrap up this conversation? I think that we're going around circles here. You have made your point, which is there is electoral expenditure, which is legitimate, right? But you're missing the point about the fact that he is inducing his voters by going live, addressing the rally with that comment. That's really all it is. Once you do that...
And I'm saying that you are making an unfair allegation against him.
It's not unfair.
It's unfair because...
I'm sorry, did you just read what he said?
You are accusing the governor of criminality.
No, if I may, If I may just again,
no,
if I
may,
I'm saying it's unfair. What he did.
You cannot
repeat
what he said. You cannot prove it, Oji.
If I may,
I'll get a video.
If I may,
I'll get a video. Legitimate electoral expenses from electoral offenses.
Let's settle this.
Electoral offenses of bribing people.
Okay, if I may, Mr. Komolafe, I'm glad that we've made the distinction between electoral expenditure and vote buying. So let's see what the governor was trying to address. He said, and I will just read this specific part. He first of all said any ward that won the South Senatorial Zone ticket received 1 million naira. This is what he said has been done before. Now, he has said that they have promised each of the wards 1 million naira and they are going to receive it. The ward that comes first in voting, not in electoral expenditure, will get 5 million naira. The second will get 3 million and the third will get 2 million. That is the deal. Any ward that wins, not any ward that goes, it is here, Mr. Keke.
Thank you, Kachi.
Any ward that goes out.
By the way, did you watch the rally?
Any ward
Mr. Keke?
that wins.
Did you watch the rally?
I watched the rally.
Did you hear him say this?
Any ward that wins.
My reading of it is different from yours. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm afraid it's different.
All right. We'll agree to disagree at this point.